Hey, welcome, folks. My name is Christian Sadler. I am CEO here with Pre-iShare, and we appreciate you guys popping in here and seeing this. We'll give just a little bit of time for some people to notice this that we're live and join us. We have a really cool call, or this isn't a call, a really cool stream for you guys today. The opportunity to have Paul Kartchner, who is one of the founders of Capitallyst Pro, and we're really speaking about the Capital Raise Forum that is coming up here April 24th through the 26th. This event, I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. You guys are going to hear about it from me probably every single day. I do believe this is going to be a pivotal event for people that are in their room. This is going to be literally life-changing, game-changing, business-changing. It will help them go from struggling to scale their business and their real estate investing to being able to build an absolute empire. And that's our goal. Our goal is to put people in front of you who have built massive empires in real estate syndication and have them share with you what worked and what is currently working, which I think is doubly important. So we have an amazing lineup of speakers for you guys, and I'm not going to tell you all of them here because we're going to continue to tease them out each week so that you guys get an idea of who's all there. In fact, some of the biggest names that you guys would recognize from raising capital and building billion-dollar funds, multi-billion-dollar funds, we're not even announcing yet. Their names are not even on the website because we want to make sure that you're coming because of the credibility of who's there, not just because they happen to have a big name. And we really strive to bring as much value as possible. You're going to be hearing things that you wouldn't probably normally hear from these guys. In fact, some of the speakers that are going to be there don't usually speak. They either haven't spoken for decades, or it's just not something that they do because they don't need to, including some of the, we're going to have a panel of passive investors. These are going to be qualified investors. So that's a step up from accredited investors. And you can look up the definition of what a qualified investor means. But these are people that are in our network that we constantly talk to, that are constantly looking at projects and deploying 7 figures of capital passively into projects. It's the people that you want to know and that you're searching for and that you're hoping that you get the opportunity to learn from so that you can go find more people like them. And I can tell you, again, there's some of them that they have never spoken on a stage the way that we're going to have them. And that's the uniqueness about this opportunity, is we're pulling people that are in this business actively deploying capital or raising capital and making sure that there's connections built in that room. I mean, even some of the attendees that I'm talking to that are planning on coming, I mean, these guys have hundreds of millions of dollars in assets under management. You would think, why do they need to come to an event? Why would they be considering coming to your event? It's because of our connection and their understanding that they can learn more if they're around other people that have success similar to theirs or beyond theirs. So that's the goal of the event. That's what's going to be happening. It is going to be a 3-day event, but day 3 is a little different than the first 2 days. The first 2 days are all about interactive exercises and conversations, talking about making sure that you have the proper structures so that you can capture all the types of capital that you may want to capture out there. Some of them you're probably not even thinking about, including how do you tap into non-accredited investors. And then on the other side of that, we're also going to be building, how do you go connect with those folks? Where do you find them? How do you systemize the process and or have it done for you so you can focus on what you do best, which is operating real estate. And day 3, only people who have VIP admission or higher will be there. This is where all of us come together and take what we've learned over those 2 days and build it into workable relationships, joint ventures, and areas where we can expand and implement immediately. And we're going to have a lot of fun in the process. We've got some high octane activities for that 3rd day. In fact, the 3rd day is what I would call a low agenda a day. There's very low agenda. You're going to we're going to start things off. There's going to be different activities that you can participate in, but it's going to be free flowing. And if there's somebody that you meet at the event that you thought, man, I wish I could get an extra 5 minutes with them, 10 minutes with them. I wish I could sit down in a roundtable discussion with them and talk about whatever topic it is that is on your mind. That's the design of day 3. So hopefully that gives you guys a good understanding of the event. The attendees themselves, I imagine that most in there are going to be already succeeding in real estate. They've already mastered a strategy, but they're looking to scale that business. And there's so many of us that get to that point. And unfortunately, we run into tough situations where either we do it in ways that we've adopted from our old ways of being a solopreneur investor, and we're trying to joint venture to the max. And you joint venture with too many people in one deal, I can tell you at some point, something's going to go wrong. So at some point, you want to transition and set the proper structures in place so you can scale your ability to raise capital. So the people that are going to be there are not there to learn how to talk to motivated sellers, how to go buy your first property, how to negotiate a lease. None of that stuff is going to be in this event. This is strictly around raising capital, how to make sure that you're structured properly for it, both legally and the infrastructure technology-wise, and then how to implement the strategies that are going to best attract those sources of capital that you're looking for. So go to capitalraiseforum.com so that you can understand a little bit more about the event. But I will say, if you're watching this right now, who's ever social that you're seeing it on, because we're sharing this to a bunch of different platforms, contact them, because they most likely have a discount code for you. And I want you to get the best deal. Regardless, I want you to show up and feel like you're getting the best value. So get back with them about that. But Paul, Capitallyst Pro is going to be a partner at this event. You guys are sponsoring the event. You obviously see value in what we're creating here, and we see value in you. I mean, quite frankly, what you guys have created is what we use internally with iShare as our CRM. And that spans not just on the capital raising side, but across the board with our clientele, which are primarily either passive accredited investors or the sponsors that are creating these passive opportunities. So we believe in what you're doing. It's been so nice to be able to chop off all these different systems that we were paying for, because we had all these different pieces that we were trying to merge together to create one ecosystem where we could track and understand what was happening with our leads. And you've given us the opportunity where, as long as we get people to do it, all of those things go into one place. And a lot of it is almost automated, because it connects directly to our emails and to our social media platforms, so that when we're messaging with them on those platforms in those emails, it actually documents it inside your system. I'm going to stop bragging. I want you, Paul, to share a little bit about, I guess, first of all, why you guys are even participating at this event at such a high level. I know that Dallin and maybe even yourself are going to be speaking, but also, what can people expect to get when they show up and be a part of the event, at least for your section?
Yeah. So first off, I'm super excited for this. And like you said, my business partner, Dallin Schultz, we founded Capitallyst Pro, and he'll be speaking at the forum. So I'm happy to be here and give a little intro on who we are, where we came from, why Capitallyst Pro. And everyone that's going to be in attendance at the forum is our people. Ourselves, we run a multi-million-dollar fund of funds, specifically investing into other people's multifamily deals. In the past, last 5-6 years, we're operators ourselves, and that's how Capitallyst Pro was born. Was we realized how inefficient all of our systems were. I mean, we had 6 or 7 different softwares that we were trying to connect all together through Zapier. And you all know, if you're capital raising and you're running these deals, how important it is to have smooth, efficient systems in place. And also having a track record, having a pre-existing relationship, having all that communication, having any calls that you schedule all in one place to keep track of that. Especially if you're trying to buy deals, operate deals, manage the managers, and then you're also trying to raise capital on top of it, it makes it even more important. And especially with the nurturing and follow up are key when raising capital. And if you can have a solid framework that's proven to be those constant touch points, have those call to actions to be able to raise capital more efficiently and effectively. That's our whole goal with Capitalist Pro. And us ourselves being in the industry and knowing what it takes, like we built out this solution for ourselves. We had no intention of bringing this to market, but we saw that there was such a need from people in the space just saying, "Oh my gosh, what are you guys using for your system? It seems so professional, seems so amazing." And so we decided to bring it to market. And we're having great success. And there's so many operators and just capital raisers that are utilizing Capitalist Pro now. Um, just to be able, like I said, we have so much going on. You have so much going on, and to be able to have a good, solid system and the framework to be able to back it up and the support. I mean, you could take this framework, you could take everything that we've built in Capitalist Pro and implement it into any CRM, in any system. Really, you could. But it comes down to what type of level of support are you receiving? And then also just the proven strategies and the community that uh, come around being with Capitalist Pro.
Very cool. And did Dallin share with you at all about, I know he teased it out to me a little bit, but did he talk to you a little bit about the exercise that he's going to be doing? I don't want you to give it all away because I definitely don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but maybe allude to what people can expect value-wise from listening. Because, guys, Dallin's not there to pitch. And none of our speakers are there to pitch. They're there to bring value and create a think tank around different aspects of the capital raising environment.
Yeah, so we've built out a tool where you can determine which stage of the marketing funnel that you need help with the most. And there's 4 stages that we like to refer to, and I won't spoil it. I'll let Dallin go through that in his presentation. But there's 4 stages of any marketing funnel. And the way that we've built out Capitalist Pro is to be able to nurture that investor in that stage in their journey to be able to move them to the very next stage. And eventually, hopefully, they're going to invest with you. And so he'll go through this exercise, have everyone kind of pull out their phones or tablets or whatever, take the quiz and see which stage of the funnel that they're lacking in. And then we've broken it down like, hey, you're lacking in this stage. These are the action steps that you needed to take to turn that from being a red light to a green light. And then and then of course we provide the other stages as well. And so it'll be really fun. It'll be fun to see where you're lacking, where you're good at, and what you need help with, and how we can all help each other better in that marketing funnel.
Yeah, very cool. I'm looking forward to that again for the reason of sometimes you go through an exercise like that and then it's like, okay, we're done. Think about that, 5 days from now when you actually get time to stop and ask some questions. Our goal is go through that exercise and then have a lot of interaction, Q&A, because if somebody's experiencing a specific challenges, somebody else is too. And so they can ask those questions in the spot and not just get response from Dallin, but also get response from others who have built and scaled, again, massive portfolios and, have great insights on it. So, Paul, I appreciate you being able to be on here with us today. We are looking forward to our continued partnership, working side by side with Capitalist Pro, utilizing your services and also hosting great events. So thanks for joining us, and bye, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.